Unscripted, unshackled, uncouth.
What you're about to hear is for more mature audiences only.
It's Miguel and Holly, Uncensored.
Hello, and welcome to Miguel and Holly, Uncensored. This is our off-air podcast that we do 3 times a week on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. We stream live around 10:30 on the Miguel and Holly Facebook page and YouTube channel, and the Hits 961 Facebook page as well. You can then listen to the podcast anywhere you listen to podcasts on the iHeartRadio app, or anywhere you listen to podcasts. Please leave us a rating or review. We would greatly appreciate it. And producer Kelvin is out today because he was moving, or he is moving.
He's so excited, and I don't blame him. He's been living in temporary housing for like a month, right?
Yes.
So he's finally like moving into his permanent apartment, which is great.
I did that.
It's a lot of work.
A few years ago, my husband and I lived in a temporary place for, I think, almost 8 months. It was not fun. You just feel uneasy all the time. And like nothing is where you want it to be.
Yeah. Ugh. I hate that.
Yeah. It's
like
not a good
you
time.
don't feel it doesn't feel like your house.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. So I'm glad that he finally was able to find his space.
Yeah.
Let's talk about our weeks, and then I have a game of Would You Rather.
That's delightful.
Holly, how has your week been?
Has this week been pretty good? Pretty good. Like, I feel weirdly hesitant to say that, but it has been. Like, I think that Halloween went well on Tuesday. You know, we did trick-or-treating. It's been very stressful with this puppy. And it's so odd because he's such a big dog, but he's 6. As of today, it's his 6-month-old birthday today. So he's only 6 months, but he's just big. And so I was having a complete meltdown a couple of weeks ago and talked about it all in therapy and said how, you know, my fiance, I was just like, I can't do this. And he's like, I'll just do it. And I was like, no. My therapist was like, can't you just let him do it? And I was like, no, that's not fair. Like, in my head, I'm like, we all have to pitch in. And she's like, well, we're going to work on that next time. So
let's break this down piece by piece.
Yeah, my next appointment is Monday, where we are going to talk about where that whole thing comes from. But so she's like, let him do it. Long story. And so eventually I talked to him about it. I'm like, I can't really help with this dog. I can't do most of the things. And my therapist is like, or any. And I'm like, that's too much. I can't say I'm not doing anything. Like, that sounds so selfish and lazy. I'm selfish and lazy and a horrible person if I don't do half the things. She's like, are you not busy? Yeah, you're busy. And so we worked it out. And so my fiance was like, yeah, I'll do the things. So he has mainly done all the things. And
do you feel lazy or like you're not helping when you see him doing stuff with the dog?
Yeah. But then it's been a constant practice of reminding myself that this is what we've agreed to. He's okay. I'm okay. And I'm allowing him to fully step into this role instead of just being like, I'll just do it. Like, I have to do it, which is exactly what my mom would have done, which is how that was instilled in me. It's not like I don't do anything. Like, if we have trained him to ring the bell to go outside, which is a blessing. So if he rings the bell and, you know, fiance's in the shower or whatever, I'll take the dog to go outside. I'm not going to be like, I refuse to take you out. Like, I'm not that.
Right.
But I'm also not I'm not the HBIC at all. Like, I'm just over here. I'm overseeing I'm watching it all go down.
Right.
So that's been an interesting adjustment and I love it, but it's hard because especially when I take Maya to dance on like Tuesdays and Thursdays and we're gone for a couple of hours. Last night we got home and my fiance was just like frazzled, like at his wit's end. He's like, when you guys leave and after he gets dinner, he loses his shit. The dog does. Like, I'm talking zoomies on steroids. Like he knocked water onto like a circuit breaker. My fiance got electrocuted, basically, like slightly electrocuted.
Dear God.
And lost it and ended up screaming at the dog. And he was just like, I just need a minute. Can you just give me a minute? And I'm like, yeah. And I had to fight hard an urge to be like, I'll just take care of the dog the rest of the day. I was like, no, I'm not going to do it. And after about 5 minutes, he was like, okay, I feel more like myself. And I'm like, okay. But I played with the dog a little bit, but it's just a lot. So he's handling it though. And I'm feeling really empowered and also weird because I'm like, any minute he's going to be like, F you, you're not doing anything. You're not doing anything. And how dare you? But he's not. And I'm fighting the urge to do all the things. So it's been an interesting psychological situation that we're going through. But then like Maya is fully my responsibility. Not that he doesn't care for Maya, because he does. He does a lot of stuff for Maya. But like the end of the day, I'm the actual parent. And I'm the one that gets up in the middle of the night if Maya needs it. And I'm the one that drives her to all these practices. And I'm the one who keeps every single appointment of Maya's in my head, know exactly where she's got to be when, keeping track of school lunches, keeping track of every single thing for another human. And I'm like, why can't he do this for a dog? So, and that's how I fight it in my head. But so all that's going down with the dogs. He is super cute. Although, I don't know. To me, I'm watching all this going, what's the benefit? Do you have a benefit here? Because I'm like, I like dogs, but I think there's something wrong with me. I feel like there's something wrong with me where I'm like, I'm missing that thing that makes people be like, it's all worth it. This is my best friend.
Isn't that sort of like with the kid where it's like,
that's how I felt when Maya was first born.
right.
And I would never want her to stumble across this with no context and be like, what the hell, mom? But I think it's people don't talk about this enough. Like, and my mom was especially bad at this. She loved being a mom. And not that I don't at all. I also love being a mom. But like she put it in my head that like when you have this baby, you're going to feel knocked over by this love that you've never felt before. And when I did give birth, I was like waiting for it. I was like waiting for the switch to flip and to feel like flooded with all this crazy emotion where like I've never felt this love before. And then it didn't happen. Now, that's not to say that like they put her on my chest and I was like, I promise to take care of you for the rest of your life. Maybe it was the rest of mine because I'm not going to be here the rest of her life. But like, I promise. Like I felt that. I was like, I will protect you. But I was waiting and waiting for that feeling to come and it didn't. And I was like, God, there's something wrong with me. I am missing that thing. And that exact same thing is happening with this dog. And I also kind of feel like the exact same thing happened with Nala. And I'm like, I may be deficient. And that may be on me in that feeling. Like, I wish for it. I yearn to like feel what people feel for their dogs. Like, eventually, it was like a slow, gradual thing. And then I settled into it with Maya. And I think eventually I settled into it with Nala. And maybe I will eventually settle into it with this new puppy, Teddy. But I guess I feel like broken. But I also want to try to normalize it for anybody else that may feel that way too. Because even though I feel broken, I feel like I suspect I'm probably not alone.
Can I also say I want to push back a little bit on the term broken? Because as a person who's known you for 15 years now, you don't like anyone or anything when you first see it, hear it, experience it, fill in the blank. Full stop. You don't like anything. But this is what I know about you.
Like, I'm getting red because it's so true.
Like,
it's like not a desirable quality of mine. I think it might be my toxic trait.
No, it's just that you're apprehensive about things. Like, I know that if I'm like, hey, I have this really fun bit, I know your face. I'm gonna be like, all right, I'm gonna explain it to you. You're gonna put on the what the fuck are you talking about face? And then you're gonna think about it.
Is it bad? Is it a bad face?
No, well, a little bit. If you don't know you, you're like, oh God, she really hates what I'm saying. My God. But I know I just got to get through it. I got to let it sink in. And then you go, okay, that's not so bad. So that's just an idea. But then with people, you have to get to know people. You are a deep feeler.
Right.
You are a deep thinker. And so you don't just glom on to things immediately. Whereas like, I'm like a golden retriever. I'm like, if I meet you, I like you. And then you prove me wrong or you do something bad, and then I rescind my feelings, where you're the opposite, where you're like, I don't like you. Prove why I should give you a chance, and then I like you. So it's like two opposite ways of like looking at new things. And so I feel like that's why when you were a parent, you were like, you know, your mom, she had a desire to be a parent. And so she knew no matter who you were, what your personality was going to be, she was going to love it regardless.
She was like, I love this baby. I don't care who.
Right. I don't care. Whereas you were like, I'm going to protect you, but I don't know who you are.
I didn't. I was like, that was what always struck me. I'm like, I don't even know this.
Right. And that's the thing, because you didn't have an emotional connection. You knew as a mother, I'm going to protect you. I'm going to feed you. I'm going to do all the things that I'm supposed to do to keep you alive and to keep you safe. But it wasn't until Maya had a personality that you were like, okay,
yes,
I can fucks with this bitch. Okay, I like you. I like you.
I have spent so many hours like trying to deconstruct who she is, right? Like, I always think about like how I can best help her, who she actually is, like what's her personality, why she is the way she is, all of her you know, like food aversions and her skin sensitivities to different clothes. And I'm like, but why is it this way? I'm Googling. I'm like, who is she? What does she like? Why does she do what she does? And then once like I start to assimilate that information, I'm like, I like this person. I'm going to hold on to this person. Once I get a deep psychological grasp on a human being and I can understand their why and what makes them tick, then I'm like, you're my person now. Don't go anywhere.
Right.
I will fight to you for the death.
100%. And that's why I feel like you and I work so well together, like as a morning show pair, because I'm the person who's everyone immediately when they listen to the show for the first time, they're like, oh my God, Miguel is so warm. Holly, she's funny. She's funny.
I don't even know what people must think. I'm so curious.
But then over time, people are like, oh yeah, I love Miguel. But like you get more thoughtful, deep messages that come to your DMs than come to me, because I'm like, what have we always said? I'm like Fox humor. I'm like, haha, funny sounds.
You're like the Big Bang Theory.
Right.
You're
I'm
very
like
accessible.
Mass appeal.
Yes.
Everyone is open, where you are HBO. You're like, you gotta dig deep. You gotta spend some time with it. Game of Thrones, you're never gonna like Game of Thrones. The first 3 episodes, it takes you a long time.
It takes you maybe at least into the whole entire season. And then like people like hang out till the 9th episode and people are like, I don't have time for that.
No.
I'm the 9th episode.
Literally. Whereas I'm Law and Order SUV, you can just pop it on any day. The first 5 minutes you're sucked in and you're like, well, this looks interesting. I'm here.
And it is. It's a good standby. And you know it's quality, it's consistent.
Right.
And you can always have it on.
Absolutely. So that's why going back to the dog, why I feel like that's why I wanted to push back on the term broken. You're not broken. That's just who you are.
Gosh, and I just feel like I wish that I could like the dog more. Like, don't get me wrong. He's so cute. And I like when I can hold his little face and go, boop. And I just boop on his nose. And sometimes when I boop, he licks my nose. And I'm like, you're cute. But then one thing goes sideways, and I'm like, what is this dog think he's doing in my house? I'm like Britney Spears.
Oh, wait. When you say that, I got to pull up that clip.
Yes, please pull the clip, because this is me to the dog. One time, one thing goes sideways if he's not just sitting there with his little paws crossed and his cute little boop nose on.
Oh, wait, I want to see it. Britney video. I think this is it. This is it. This is when Britney's kids released
hidden
this
audio.
Yeah, behind the scene. They were filming her kids at her house.
This is my house. If I want to come in here and give you lotion for your face because it is coarse, and all you tell me, no, it's fine. No, it's not fine. You all better start respecting me. Are we clear?
Yeah.
That's me. That is someone actually snuck into my house and heard me talking to my dog.
Right.
When one thing goes side.
And then I know this is my house.
Like, I'd be like, Teddy! No! This is my house!
This is my house.
But then he doesn't ever like get nervous or scared. He just like, we've made a voice for him. He's like, hey guys, I thought I would just grab Dad's underwear. I thought I could keep them in my mouth.
Okay.
And I'm like, Teddy! No! I just have a hard time. Then when he's being cute, I'm like, look at you. You're just being so cute. Thank you for doing every single thing right. Thank you. So anyway, went off on a tangent. Didn't mean to do all that. Overall, the week has been good.
Oh, wait, hold on. I want to read just to cap that. Zinda said, Holly, you have to warm up and process things in people. It's not bad or makes you broken. It's apprehension you have embedded. I fully understand this. I'm the same way.
Apprehension. Interesting.
Zinda said, we are researchers. We have to know every aspect of everything.
I need to know it. And if I research you and I find something there, I'm like, that's not jiving, then I'm like, I can't fucks with that.
Mm-hmm. And then Heather said 1,000% ditto to everything. And then, oops, Doe-Eye said, Brittany is me too.
And then I know this is my house. If I want,
this is my house.
You don't know, when that came out behind the scenes, I played that so many times when Holly and producer Kelvin would just be working. It'd be dead quiet in the studio. And it's just like,
and then I know this is my house.
And then if I want to giggling, which is why he's Fox humor.
Exactly.
He's over here just repeating the sound, and we're all like,
and then I know this is my house.
I just like the way things sound in my ears, and I'm like, this is funny.
It's really good. It's really good. And I want to point out too, Chrissy Cat Craddock said, you're not broken. This dog is just not that style, just not your style for you. I'm like, how do you find one that is? I don't know. I don't know. I think we're going to work so hard on this training. We are going to be training so that eventually he's got great manners. But right now he's a puppy and he don't know shit. So
it takes a minute.
We're just gonna, and that's my fiance's job. That's his job.
Oops, I should have been ready for this. It's time for Would You Rather? Would you rather? Would you rather? Would you rather?
I didn't know you had crafted a whole song for that.
Oh, I have. I can make it to anything. Is it your birthday? Is it your
bat mitzvah?
Is it your 10-year anniversary at work? I can make a song to this song. For any of them.
Gosh.
Here we go. And you can play along watching right now. Would you rather be stuck in a phone box with a snake or tarantula?
Ew. Oh no.
Can I just not exist anymore? Is that an option?
A phone box? Is it like a phone booth?
Yeah, I'm assuming so.
Is this British?
Is it a phone box?
Are you stuck in a phone box
with a snake or a tarantula?
I don't know. What do you think?
Mine's gonna be a tarantula, because I can stomp on it.
Can you though? It's big.
I mean, but it's not bigger than my size 13 shoe. Whereas a snake, unless you don't like, you can't do. I mean, I guess maybe if we're going with a phone box, you can take the receiver off, like the old school ones.
Yeah.
And it used to have that like metal cord, not metal, but whatever that silver thing where it's pretty durable. You could wrap that around the snake's head and then pull it hard enough to like chop its head off.
What the hell?
Listen, you don't think I've been watching all these like otherworldly dystopian society shows not to know what to do in a time of trouble?
Good God.
I'm ready.
Okay, so I hate spiders. I hate them. They are my kryptonite. But in a phone booth, your feet are on the floor.
Right.
The snake is on the floor.
Right.
And it's fast.
Mm-hmm.
The tarantula might be anywhere and it's slow. And tarantulas, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure tarantulas are not deadly or poisonous or anything, but the snake might be.
Right. Because then too, I feel like you can take the receiver of the phone and then you can like if it's above your head, you can hop on it or on the, oh God. Ugh.
What if it falls on you? What if it falls on you?
Okay, hold on. For those of you listening, thank God. For those of you that are
Don't you dare pull up some picture.
I'm not.
You did. You're pulling up a picture.
Oh
No, it's a tarantula.
There's so many of them. I can't look. I'm just gonna click on stuff and close my eyes. So for those of you that are watching, sorry.
Oh my God, why though? They're so big.
Mm.
Looks like Aragog just came up in the screen.
I have to pull it away. So anyway, yeah, I feel like I would rather have, even though I can't look at it on screen, I'd rather have that because then at least I could use my foot to stomp on it or the phone receiver. But if I was stuck with a snake, I would use the cord to snap
How
its
are
head
you
off.
gonna get the snake in your hands?
Then I mean you have to like Matthew McConaughey it and just, you know, and you got to grab it by its head and you got to wrap the thing over, and then once it's tight enough you go and its head goes snap.
Wow. That's just wow. Also, I don't know where Matthew McConaughey came from, but I'll allow
Isn't
it.
there a movie where he's like a snake handler or something? I feel like that just feels very Matthew McConaughey to me. Like he would be the one to do that.
I'm not disagreeing with you, but I feel like you may have made that up. Wait, I need to look it up.
Or maybe that's a new script that was just born for something.
McConaughey snake handler. What the?
Oh my gosh. Is there a movie?
Apparently, there's a movie called Mud.
That sounds familiar.
I don't know. It's a 2012 film. Mud is a 2012 American coming-of-age drama. In it, teenagers who encounter the eponymous Mud, a fugitive hiding on a small island, and agree to help him evade his pursuers. Maybe he wrestles a snake in there somewhere. I don't know.
You know, that sounds on brand.
It sounds right, I guess. Yeah, that's fine.
Let's see. Chrissy said, spiders are Mother Nature's pest control for roaches and ants in your home. As long as the spider doesn't bite me, I don't mind them. I want nothing in my house that's breathing other than my husband and myself.
I just want everything out.
I know.
Out, please.
All right, here's another would you rather. Would you rather live in a real haunted house or the middle of the desert?
Oh,
would you
God.
rather live in a real haunted house or the middle of the desert?
God, it'd be so annoying to be in the middle of the desert too.
And
I mean, you're in a house in the middle of the desert, I guess.
Yeah.
But like, do you have stores?
No.
Do you have to go down to the local oasis and collect water? What are you doing out there?
I mean, maybe there's like a once a month delivery. Like maybe you're on the run and so like you have to be secluded, but you have like once a month a delivery that drops off food and supplies and rations, and that's all you get. So you are literally stuck there in the barren desert, or you live in a haunted house in your own neighborhood.
That's really hard. I don't even know if I could fall asleep if I knew I lived in a haunted house.
If I had entertainment in the desert, like I could just post up. Like if you gave me like cable or a streaming services and also a Peloton where I could like work out too, because I can't just sit all day.
Yeah, if you gave me something to do, I could do the desert.
Right. I could do those too, but I don't know if I could live in a haunted house because like you can't do
I already
anything.
get nervous as it is because I had a crazy dream last night. Just really quickly. I had a dream that Maya was like the little girl in The Exorcist and was like possessed. But I wasn't super scared about it. I was just on a mission to save her. And this is where it gets super weird. The two dudes that were helping me out were my high school friend Megan's sons. Her sons are Maya's age and like 8. So like I think her son is also 10 and she has an 8-year-old, but they were grown versions of themselves. And she lives in Ohio and we haven't even seen each other in like a decade. I really want to reach out to her and be like, I dreamt that your sons were grown and were helping me exercise my child. Like what? So anyway, I say all that to say, after that dream, I got up this morning. And do you do this too, where in your house, obviously we get up super early and it's dark.
Mm-hmm.
Some days when I'm not thinking about the supernatural or spooky, I can just go into dark rooms But some days, like today, I had to go and do like light to light to light. Like I have to have my phone flashlight on, and then I light one light, and then I go from that light to the next light, and then I go back and turn that one off, and then I have this one, and then I go into turn the next one off, and then I can go back and turn this one. So there's always a lighted path because especially in my hallway that leads up to like where my mom used to live, I get very creeped out and scared in the dark.
Right. No, it depends on the situation. Like if Abe is in the house, I don't get scared for some reason because he could fight a ghost, I guess, in my head. Like
he's just gonna punch a ghost in the face.
Yeah, like he would protect me. But like he just left down to Florida today to take a friend's car that's moving. Our friend Dan, who's moving back to St. Pete from Charlotte. And so like I know until he gets back on Sunday night, I will in our bedroom, I will always leave the bathroom light on. But when he's there, I can close the door when he's in the living room because I go to bed before him.
Yeah.
It can be pitch black. I'm fine. But when he's not there, that bathroom light has to be on because the way my room is set up, I always sleep on the left side of the bed if you're laying down.
Yeah.
And so there's the window outside that looks out on uptown. So there's lights coming in from being downtown.
Yeah.
And then when you look to the right, it goes straight through our bathroom. And if you look to the far right, laying down, the first thing you see is my bathroom mirror.
Ooh.
And so when it's dark and you like get up and like, especially when you're just waking up and your mind can't like, you're not thinking reality and you'll be like, oh, who is that? Like I just got chill bumps thinking about it because I've done that a couple of times or I've fallen asleep and forgot that the light was off and that he wasn't there. And then I get up and I'm like, oh, who is that? Oh, it's my
reflection.
It's my reflection. It's me.
Yeah, it's me.
But then there was the other day where in our guest room, that's where I normally like put my shoes on before I like get ready to leave the house in the morning. And we have 2 closets in there. And I guess Abe that night, because it was right before he went to the wedding last week. And so he was getting all of his like wedding suit stuff out, and I didn't know that. And so when I walked into the guest room, one of the closet doors was just like slightly ajar and it was pitch black. And I was like,
you're like, what's going on?
What the fuck is that? Because I always keep those doors closed for this exact damn reason. And so I immediately went and flicked on all the lights in the living room and in the guest bedroom. So I'm absolutely that way.
Yeah, gotta do it. I don't know. I do see in the comments here, Chrissy Cat Craddock said you can establish your boundaries in a haunted house, saging and stuff. In the desert, you'd have no control of the temperature outside. Maybe you could get by with some sage, and maybe you could make friends with the ghost in your house.
Be like, hey, ghost. Let's see. Heather said, I saw experience not great ghostly encounters before, but I learned how to block it. I feel like I could live in a haunted house. Girl, good on you. Zinda said, I have night lights and salt lamps all throughout my house. I don't need to be scared, and my daughter can see if she needs to get up for some reason.
I also have little salt rock night lights most places because I'm not walking around the pitch dark. What kind of crazy person do you think I am? Nope.
Here's the last. Would you rather have to clean an entire bathroom with your tongue?
Why always this?
Or not be able to shower or bathe for an entire year? Ugh. All right. Oh, God. And so I'm just going to make this even more gross. So like when you're cleaning the bathroom with your tongue, so think about your toilet.
Yeah.
But you
but
you have to get like up in the like the part where the water comes down in the commode, where that like no one really gets up there, and then like when you do, like there's like it's all caked up in there.
A year would be so hard though, because you would feel disgusting. Your hair would be so matted down and oily, greasy. But then again, think about it like this too. I would maybe do this. I think I'll take the year. Because you could, I've already thought about this. I've had
oh
this
my
thought
God,
already.
Holly, not a year.
No, but listen, I had a thought that if we find ourselves in like some kind of like, post-apocalyptic future,
Mm-hmm.
and I have to just be in the wild, and I know it's the cultural appropriation, but that's not going to exist in a post-apocalyptic world.
No, because we're just trying to live.
We're just trying to live. I'm not worried about culturally appropriating anything, and I'm going to do my hair in dreadlocks. So, like, I've already decided this is a fact about me that you should know. In the apocalypse, I'm dreading my hair, and so as it continues to grow out, I'll just keep wrapping it in there, and maybe that'll help take care of some of that. So I'm just going without the shower.
Oof.
I'll be stinky.
Okay, so I would have a couple of conditions on this to not shower bathe for an entire year. If I could use our bidet and like literally let me that, you know what, I should put that on my list of like things to endorse or favorite things.
Oh yeah, you should put that. I don't understand how it works still.
I gotta give credit to my friend Chris Ruck back in 2017 when I bought my townhouse and I had my housewarming party and people brought over, it was a stock the bar party and everyone brought alcohol and whatever. And that's when I learned, by the way, if you host a stock the bar party, buy a couple of things of alcohol already for people to drink and then take the gifts of the drinks they give you and put it away. No one told me that and I didn't think about that. So all the drinks that people brought, they drank. And so we never had any. I was like, oh, that was great.
You're like, we didn't actually stock it. Shit.
No, we didn't. Anyway, side note, but my friend Chris Ruck, he didn't bring alcohol. He brought a bidet. And he was like, someone gifted this to me a couple of years ago and it's from Amazon. I think it's like $30. And he's like, this has changed my life. And now I can't poo anywhere else. And I was like, well, this is fucking weird. I've never used a bidet before. How did it even work? Girl, let me tell you, anytime Abe and I go to a new place, like he's like the official bidet installer. Like it is amazing. And some of them are really simple. And Holly, you as a person who follows instructions,
I'm a good direction follower.
You would love this because it's super easy to do. Like it doesn't take a lot. And especially they have ones that are a little bit more sophisticated where like the whole seat is the bidet. But then there's some where you just put it underneath the seat and you just plug it into your water line where your toilet already is going into. So they're really easy to do to install in yourself. Not like the fancy ones that they have like, at some fancy Ritz-Carlton hotels.
Right. I'm just afraid. I don't know. I'm just very nervous about it.
No, it is. Like when I have to go to the bathroom at work, and this is way more information than you ever wanted to know about me, but we wake up so early and I get ready so quickly that I have not had my morning constitutional until I get to work.
Yeah.
So like I've had to like shatter all the like, I don't do it at work. I'm like, girl, we here at 4:30 in the morning.
I'm sorry. Like, what do you think is going to happen?
My body's not going to go any earlier than that. Unless we had Mexican the night before.
It's not ready. It's not ready.
No. So that's why in the morning when I do have to, I'm like, damn it, why can't you just go like 30 minutes before when you're at home? Because you just feel so much cleaner when you use a bidet.
Even as opposed to like we using like the flushable wipes and stuff.
We don't use those anymore because like they're not as biodegradable as they claim to be.
And this maybe is too much information. Like, I don't allow them to be flushed in the house. So we don't use them a lot. But
right.
when you do use them, you have to just throw them out in the garbage.
Right. So that's why we stopped. Right.
We actually, and as much as they say on the package, oh, biodegradable, plumber endorsed. Our actual plumber was like, that is a lie because he had to come unclog some ungodly shit. And it really came down to those damn wipes.
Yeah.
Don't ever flush those.
We stopped. A friend of ours, Chris and Rob from St. Pete, that happened to them, I believe. So they were like, don't use them. And we were like, girl, but it says flushable. And then I think right before we moved out of my townhouse, Chateau Oprah, we had to have something similar because it was like, do. And so we were like, no more. It's not
flushable. They are liars trying to sell product.
But God, did I feel clean afterwards.
Yeah, I use them if we like, it just depends. I don't use them every time. But then I'm sorry. We're going to throw them in the garbage. It is what it is.
Oh, come on to Holly's house, girl.
Obviously, we empty the garbages frequently. That's Maya's job.
Doe said, yes, I have a bidet attachment on my toilet and it's life-changing. I hate having to crap somewhere else since I got my bidet attachment. I don't buy wipes anymore either as they aren't flushable or biodegradable. Yeah, I'm telling you, please if you have not walked away with any takeaway from a podcast we've done,
This is gonna be the one.
This is it. A bidet. This is it. Go on Amazon. Go to your local, I don't know where you would store, like Walmart or Target, Lowe's maybe.
Home Depot.
And just ask your local person, where are the bidets, please?
How very European of us all.
But you need it. Clean your ass. Holly, what's all of your social media people can find you?
They don't want you anymore. They're like, no, this woman is too much. It's Radio Holly on all of the things that you can find a person on, except Snapchat. I don't do that shit no more. So Radio Holly.
And if you want to know what bidet brands to buy, you can always message me on Instagram at Miguel Fuller, or you can always ask my husband Abe because he installs a lot of them. He's at Abe Gadakian on Instagram.
I need him to come. He's driving down to Florida. I need him to install some stuff for me.
Yeah, he'll be there this weekend. Call him up, girl.
I always feel bad. No, I always feel bad. I'm always like, I'm giving money though.
I'm about to say, girl, slip him some dollars, honey.
I'm gonna give him some money.
Slip him some dollars. All right, we will see you all next week. Bye.
Miguel and Holly Uncensored.
Catch it on the iHeartRadio app or anywhere you listen to podcasts.
See, Holly, I have a new song. Clean yo asshole.
Oh my God, no. Oh,
Clean yo ass. Clean your asshole. Clean